What's up, everybody? This is Amro here. I came across this lawsuit of this streamer that's suing Amazon for using his streams to train their AI. So I wanted to give my 2 cents. Um, I don't think that there's too much merit in this case. One of the reasons is that Twitch makes it so that you agree to their terms and conditions when you use their platform. And a part of their terms and conditions is that you give them the right to use and reproduce and modify, adapt, whatever, your content. So just because that they haven't explicitly stated that your content is going to be used for training AI doesn't necessarily mean that they can't use it to train AI, because the terms and conditions say that they have the right to use your content. So to go around and say that they used your content to train their AI without your permission, it's kind of a bogus claim, to be honest. I think this lawsuit gets dismissed. I know that there's a lot of people that are against AI, and that's fine if you feel that way. But at the end of the day, Twitch and Amazon's position is going to be, if you don't agree to our terms and conditions, don't use our platform. So I don't think that there's too much bite to this lawsuit. It's just like one of those lawsuits that I feel is just based on the sentiment that people aren't huge fans of AI, which is fine, but it's it's like, I think people are overreacting. I know that there's bad uses of AI, but there's also helpful uses of AI, and I feel like you gotta balance it both sides. Some people are just so anti AI everything, but at the end of the day, there are things that make it helpful, and I know some people are for AI, and there are some ways that it's not used in a good way. So in my opinion, I don't think that this lawsuit specifically has much merit. I think that if you agree that their terms and conditions say that they have the right to use, which the lawsuit, uh, you know, uh, alleges or admits, right? So breach of implied covenant in good faith, that's not gonna hold. I don't think that they violate good faith. It's plain and simple, their terms and conditions. Unjust enrichment, I don't think that's unjust enrichment. I think that they're benefiting, but they have the right to do so. And so breach of express contract, that's also not a valid claim. I don't think that one holds, because you agree to their terms and conditions that says, blank. And then commercial unfair competition law, that's also just a filler claim that, I don't think that this claim holds. I think that, yeah, I don't think that this claim holds. Plain and simple. That's my 2 cents. The law lion has ruled. Case dismissed. That's my prediction. We'll see how it goes. If you have thoughts to the contrary, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd like to hear what you think. And if you have another case that you want me to talk about, right, also let me know. I'll make a video about it. But yeah, there wasn't too much to discuss with this case. I don't think that it has any merits. I don't think that it's gonna fly. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.